Hey guys, right after this video ends, I am going to be going live over on Twitch, so make sure you stop by and I'll see you there. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Virtual Reality Show, where we talk about any and all things related to virtual reality inside virtual reality. I'm your host, PHIA. Technology is changing all the time, and VR tech is developing at a faster rate than ever. I think a lot of us are pretty excited for the technology that's to come, and that's why I have a special guest here to help co-host this episode all about the emerging tech that we want to see blossom for our dream VR setups.
Hi there, everybody. Markystal from the Virtual Dreamers channel here. We mostly deal with the future of virtual reality tech, like what they're working on at Facebook Reality Labs, or the brain-computer interfaces being developed at Elon Musk's company, Neuralink. VR is an exciting new field with tons of potential, but that also means it comes with tons of areas to improve and problems to address.
So one of the big problems that we have in VR right now is facial tracking. It's an important part of how we interact with each other in unconscious communication. Right now, most facial tracking you see isn't done in virtual reality at all, but is done with something like an iPhone or a webcam in front of your face. However, there is the Vive Pro Eye, which is the first step in full facial tracking, as it can track your eye movements from inside your headset and project that into your VR avatar so that other users can see where you're looking. But could we track facial cues that can convey complete emotion? Well, the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept Edition helps us glance into this future with a facial tracking camera and pupil tracking lenses. But it will still be a few years before we see this pulled off effectively.
Indeed, PHIA. It's a bit of a tall order to ask our VR optics gear to know what our faces look like while we're in VR, when we ourselves, with our evolution-optimized eyes, can struggle to deal with occlusion issues and optical illusions. A possible way to sidestep this could be to just leverage the fact that we're already strapping goggles to our faces and put EMG or EEG sensors onto the facial interfaces as a standard. This technology has been able to get a read for our facial expressions for years now, and it doesn't care what we put over our faces as long as we've got the cozy, head crab tight grip of our usual VR headsets to work from. While fine precision and consistency can be a bit challenging here, the fact that Michael Abrash and the teams at Control Labs felt confident enough to show EMG typing and to discuss neural click concepts during a major presentation is reassuring, since it means that it's not the kind of stuff that is going to be completely out of the realm of possibility, and that they have high hopes for it.
So even once your face and body are tracked, immersion is still a big issue. It sucks when you walk into your wall or get too close to the end of your play space, which is why VR locomotion is important. Most of us know the concept of an omnidirectional treadmill, which is something that is sliding its way into the household market sooner than you might expect. But there's not just treadmills, there's also other cool locomotion options.
From gigantic rigs that suspend your body in the air, hamster balls that rotate your whole surroundings, VR roller shoes, and AR-style synchronization with reality, solving the VR locomotion problem is an area that has captured the imagination of the VR community from before the very inception of today's VR technology. While none of these are quite ready to become the one-size-fits-all solution that something like Sword Art Online's Full Dive is, they each have their strengths and weaknesses, and having the options means users who want to improve their experience in certain titles or genres can have the option to do so.
There's some really cool setup gear that's in the works, but honestly, the biggest setup goal we have is affordability.
Having been a part of the VR community since the 2012 revival, my wallet has suffered its fair share of abuse over the past 8 years. $300 and $350 were a fair bit of money to spend on the original Oculus development kits that introduced people to VR back in the day. But to the larger masses, the launch day prices of $600 for the Oculus Rift and $800 for the HTC Vive were deal breakers before you even factored in the cost of a gaming PC in order to go along with them. To many, VR still remains somewhat of a luxury hobby, even compared to normal gaming, and the added costs of the various peripherals that can improve the experience even further and push immersion to new heights also end up making things into a niche within a niche for anyone involved. While some of us don't mind spending a lot of money on our passions, some people just straight up can't and don't have the option to do so. I know this can seem like a bit of a downer, but like I said, I've been watching over this medium for 8 years now, and I'm happy to say that there's a lot more reasons to be optimistic than pessimistic right now.
Things are moving quickly towards the future that we are so excited about. The Quest 2 being announced for $299 is just that. But even then, there's always hacky and DIY solutions for cheaper options. In fact, just trying things out for yourself is the key to innovation in technology.
Whether it's picking up an older Windows mixed reality headset or a used PlayStation VR, or outright building your own VR headset with OpenVR and some spare parts, the options for experiencing VR are more diverse now than they ever have been before. While I can't wholeheartedly recommend 3 Degrees of Freedom VR due to its notable limitations compared to full motion tracking, I'm happy to say that I don't expect this to be a limitation to be concerned about for very much longer. Augmented reality is the next big thing that every big tech company is chasing after with their wallets in hand. And this is great news for virtual reality, since it is somewhat of a sibling technology to the AR medium, and the improvements for one generally tend to pass on and benefit the other. V-Ridge and Airlight VR are 2 applications that allow smartphones to connect to your PC for VR gameplay, and that are starting to show signs of using the AR technologies built into modern smartphones to enable 6 degrees of freedom controls without any external peripherals. Combine that with some image recognition in the future for hand tracking, and we may very well see the day where the Google Cardboard type tech that we deride today as well poison becomes a purified, open source gateway to the VR community. I, for one, can't wait to see that happen.
Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. If you liked this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Virtual Reality Show channel. And a special thanks to Markystal from the Virtual Dreamers, who will be linked down below. If you want to talk more about these topics or anything else related to VR, then be sure to join my Discord, link in the description. I'm also in the works of creating a TVRS Studio World in VR chat, and anyone who joins my virtual VIP tier on Patreon from now until the completion of the world will have their name on it permanently. Anyways, I've been your host, PHIA.
And I've been your co-host, Markystal.
And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye!
Special thanks to my October Patreon members and virtual VIPs, Dutech, Flukule, Private Donuts, Score Maller, and Top Waffle.
Don't be afraid to use a blooper from me, though.
Oh, that's true. We can do some bloopers. We'll do little bloopers afterwards, for sure.
What happens when I start getting too hyped on VR? FBI, open up. Don't say the truth of the future.
All right.
I've actually been kind of combing through Twitch's TOS right now just to make sure that some of my ideas will fly. It's the tasers. It's always the problem.
The tasers. Yeah, the FBI is going to come for you with Anyone who joins the virtual VIP or on my... Oh!
Kind of accidentally went with the angry emote instead of the happy,
did you?
energetic one.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
when you accidentally get mad, you better like this video, you better like it.
It's not like I ever sleep anyway. Biggest irony of virtual dreamers. He doesn't sleep.
Same.
I'm planning to wake myself up with all 5 senses. So
What?
visual stimulation, audio, haptic, smell, and taste.
How are you gonna do the smell and the taste ones?
1, 2,
And
3.
we'll see.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
And we'll see you in the next video.
I'm the one who missed it this time. All right, one more time. This will be it. This will be it. I know that we got it this time. This is the one. 1, 2. And we'll see you in the next video.
In the next video. Bye.
Why are we so bad?